Okay, guys, today we are going to talk about what I would tell myself 1 year ago from now, before I went into college. Lights, camera, action. Okay, so the first thing I would tell myself is first semester is going to be hard. Because I went into college, like, everyone just like, yay, it's so fun, where are you going? Like, there's a lot of excitement and build-up before you go. And so I feel like it's like, I just wasn't really thinking about the emotional part. Like, I knew it was going to be sad to be away from family, but I just, like, didn't really process it before I was going. Also, like, the summer before going to college, it's just, like, it doesn't really feel real. Like, graduating and all that stuff, it's just, like, I don't know, there's just not a lot of time to process because it feels like so much is going on. So I think I would just tell myself to have grace, because it is a hard transition. Like, it's a huge transition. I went from California to Illinois. I go to Wheaton. And so, like, I can't just come home when I'm feeling homesick. Like, it's flight away. And so it was hard. Like, I really miss my family. I'm gonna pull up this photo. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in the video. When my parents left, I kid you not, like, it is an ugly photo. I was sobbing. Like, so, I literally said to myself, like, the day they left, I was like, there's no way I'm staying here 4 years. That's what I thought to myself. But, like, I was obviously, emotions were high. Anyways, with all that to say, like, take it day by day. Like, when people say get on your knees and pray, literally do it, because the Lord, like, second semester, I finally, like, started to press into the Lord and, like, rely on Him to be my strength. But it's actually so necessary because there's just a lot of emotions and it gets better. It's gonna be okay. But it didn't feel like that at first. Cause yeah, you're like, it's the first time you're independent, you're alone, living with just like, it might be a stranger roommate. Like, it's so many weird things, like new things. So yeah. And then second semester was so much better for me. So, like, if I knew that it was gonna get better, I don't know. But another thing, as I said, like, when people say get on your knees and pray, like, I actually started to genuinely, like, do that, a couple weeks before I left, like, towards the end of the school year, so I didn't do that the whole year, but I started to do that, and it's so simple of a thing to do, but, like, literally just right when I wake up, like, getting down on my knees and being like, okay, Lord, I am weak, you are strong, like, give me the strength to get through this day. It does so much because it, like, puts you in a posture of, like, Lord, here I am, like, I come humbly before you, I really do need you, because college is a lot, like, classes are busy, I play tennis at Wheaton, so, like, there's practice, and there's just, you're constantly with a lot of people, so it can be really, really draining. I also, like, had a nanny job, and so second semester, it just felt like there was no downtime, and I genuinely felt like I needed to rely on the Lord for strength, because I didn't have the strength to get through, like, my classes and everything. So it just, like, really was a witness, like, the Lord is the one to carry me through. And so, like, just acknowledging that was so much help for me. Yeah, like, going along with that, people take a lot out of you. I came to the realization this year that I am for sure an introvert, and that's, like, okay. Whatever you are, it's okay. Like, God made us all different. And, like, part of me, I do have extrovert tendencies, but I really realized how much I need time to myself. And personally, I don't think I'm the type of person who can be with people 24/7. And in college, it kind of feels like there's this pressure to, like, constantly be with friends because you're surrounded by friends, you're living with friends, eating with friends, going to class with friends. Like, you don't have your home to, like, go home to and, like, just feel like you can relax and, like, whatever's going on, like, at school, you can just take a break from. No, because you're, like, living. Most people, like, are living on campus, and so you're just constantly, like, surrounded by school, and, like, it's just your whole life. So it's just a really weird adjustment to get used to. But I think for me, it was so important to realize, okay, it's okay to, like, say no to people, say no to things, take time to rest. Just, I don't know, like, spend time with the Lord. Do what you need to do by yourself before, like, giving, so you can pour into people better when you are with people. I think too, like, I started to like realized I never Sabbathed before going to college, but a lot of people at my school like took the time to intentionally Sabbath on Sundays, and I've read like a couple John Mark Comer books recently, and it's just like so. I mean, the Bible, like Jesus commands us to Sabbath in the Bible, and I think really starting to do that and be intentional about finishing like homework on Saturday, finishing like laundry, whatever, cleaning, and just like taking Sunday to go to church, go to brunch, and then if that means like nap, if that means just spend like an extended time in the Word, in the Bible, or I don't know, talk to family. But yeah, like setting apart that one day, knowing like, okay, once I get to Sunday, this is my day. I'm not doing work. I'm not exercising, not working out, nothing. It's just gonna be my day to rest, was super helpful for me. Yeah, like the Lord has made us for rest. And so if we're not like taking the time to just lay ourselves into the hands of God through resting, like where will our energy come from? So that was something that was really good for me. Like Jesus commanded it in the Bible, would for sure recommend. Also, like when you first start to do it, it feels weird. Like it almost felt like so unproductive. We're so like wired to be productive, and so when I first tried Sabbathing, I was like, it almost didn't feel restful because I was doing nothing. Like I almost felt lazy, and so also give yourself grace with that. Yeah, it will feel weird at first, and you might start thinking of a million things you could be doing, you need to do, but realize like you're in the hands of God. Like if you are gonna truly surrender yourself to Him, then you can give a day of rest, to just listen to Him and submit to Him. Okay, you might get sick of people. Like, constantly living with a roommate. My living situation was I had one roommate, and then we had a connecting bathroom to two other people who were actually my friends from high school. But you start, like, the littlest things start to bug you because you're around people a lot. And that's okay, too. But also just, like, having grace for yourself and for others, giving people the benefit of the doubt. But, yeah, what I would say to that is, like, honestly, it's easier, like, especially towards the end of the year when it's almost summer and it's just like, okay, I need a break from these people. It's easier to, like, give in the gossip or whatever it is. But that is such an area where we can be the light. And so when you get frustrated with people, instead of gossiping, I would say just go away, pray, be with the Lord, be alone. Because it is easier to gossip, especially when people are driving you crazy and you just need a break. And especially when it's like so busy, it's finals, whatever. It's just like gossip feels like an easy outlet, honestly. But don't give in to that. I was just thinking of something else and I forgot. Okay, yeah, I was just saying, talk about gossip. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm completely blanking. But yeah, just like the littlest things, like, are all an opportunity to be a witness, to be like the light of Christ to others. And so even though I did not do this all the time, for sure, but instead of like speaking badly about others, be the light. And just like when everyone's stressed in finals, like relying on the Lord just through like whatever everyone's going through, I think is such like a light, because even if people like don't realize in the moment, maybe like they will look back and realize like, oh, there was something different about her, him. Like, especially in college, there's a lot of temptation. People are doing a lot of different things. But I think if you stand firm to your faith, it's not easy in the moment. Like, by no means is it easy, especially if you're at like a bigger school, a public school. but like people will look back and realize there was something different about them. Like I want that joy, I want that like steadfastness. And so just standing firm in your faith, relying on the Lord's strength, people will notice a difference, even if like they're not attracted to you in college. Like they don't want that lifestyle necessarily in college, because it's hard to be different, and like most people will just follow the crowd because that's the easier thing to do. But people will notice a difference, if not now, later on the road. And that could, like, just your life, the way you live differently, could be a testimony to someone and lead someone else to Jesus, like down the road, that you might not even realize. I don't know if that made sense. I'm a little bit sick. Okay, this is a bit also something I've been thinking about too. Sorry. Like coming home, I've been home for summer for a couple weeks, and I mean I've thought about this before, but I've gone to private school, like kindergarten until now, and like been in a Christian school growing up, and was in a Christian school for high school, am now at a Christian school for college, and I'm so thankful for like the faith I have and like how the Lord has revealed himself to me, but in like just living a life that is set apart and different for God. But I will not lie, like especially in college, I think you start to kind of, I mean, you see, it was weird for me coming back home and realizing that the majority of my friends from home are living a very different lifestyle now at college, and it almost feels like I'm still in this like little Christian bubble and not experiencing like what everyone else is experiencing in college. And I don't know, it can feel weird. It can feel like not necessarily that you're missing out, but it's kind of just like, oh, like I wonder what that would be like but what I would say to that is like purity is a beautiful thing, a special thing. God calls us to be set apart and holy, and not like it's the minority who are living their faith out, especially in college, and so take that like as an honor, and let the Lord use you in that, because most people unfortunately fall prey to like the standards of the world, especially in college. Like I just feel like it's the easiest time where people get trapped and people fall into a lot of sin, unfortunately. And so being the light, although it can feel like, what's the point? Like everyone else is drinking and partying and doing all these things. Like why would I do something different? But the Lord will use you, and as I said, like you never know what that light will do in someone else's life. And just being set apart and different. Like people will wonder why you are acting different. So yeah. And then also, I just posted this on my story. I was, to go off the thought of like wondering what I'm missing out on. Like that is the very thing that led, oh my gosh, Eve to sin in the garden. Was she wondered what would happen if she ate the apple, right? And the snake like tricked her and said like you want this, you're missing out on this, like God is keeping it from you, but it is something you actually want. And so she bit into the apple because she was curious about what she was missing out on, which led to sin. And so this is an easy way, I think, for the devil to trap you, is like, what are you missing out on? But it's like, no, that is a lie. That is coming from him most likely, and he's trying to get you to sin. So standing firm in your faith in that is something that has been good for me to just think about. Okay, just reminding me of my other thought. Gossiping is such an easy way for the devil to get between Christians. Like the easiest way. Like, I don't want to say everyone, but so many people fall into the trap of gossiping, and it's like, it doesn't feel like sin, like it might not feel dirty, but recently, like, I have been very convicted of like the same tongue that I'm praising Jesus with. Like if I'm speaking negatively about others who are made in the image of God, Like, that's just not okay. There's a verse in the Bible that also talks about that. And so, yeah, when you're, like, feel tempted to that, like, just think about, like, is this same tongue glorifying Jesus? Then I can't speak negatively about people that God has made. Like, they are image bearers. They are fearfully and wonderfully made. So don't fall into that, because that's an easy way for the devil. He wants us Christians to be against each other, obviously. He wants the church to be against each other, which is why there's so much division now, because people talk bad about other people. And as Christians, that's just not okay. So yeah, holding yourself to higher standards, even though it's not easy. Starting good habits right away. I just read the book Atomic Habits. And just, like, getting into good habits. These are kind of silly examples, but I go to school in Illinois, in the Midwest. And I did not start, like, good eating habits. Honestly, not the best workout habits when I first got there. And so the book Atomic Habits is kind of just about, like, setting them up and, like, creating environments where it's just natural for you to do those habits. Like, it's what you do. And so, like, going into a new space, what you first, your first habits are super important in that, because if you go into college and you have healthy habits, you create them right away. It's like, okay, this is what I do. I eat healthy. I wake up and work out this time. Whatever it is, like, I wake up, I read my Bible. The sooner you start those, like, healthy patterns, it's so much easier to implement them into daily life, because you start off by doing them. It's harder to create bad habits when you go into a new place and then, like, turn it around and create healthier habits. It's possible, but it's harder. And so I would just say, like, before you go into college, think about, like, the boundaries you want to set. Think about healthy habits you want to have. Write those out. Like, create plans so you can implement those. Like, college is super busy, and so if you don't think about these things before, like, it's just harder to fall into traps or unhealthy habits. So yeah, think about those. Know why too you want those boundaries, those habits. Like, have a purpose, because it's easier to follow through with those habits when you have a purpose. This is, like, a practical thing. I brought way too much stuff, especially since I'm all the way in Illinois. Like, I have to fly there and back. I brought way too many clothes. Like, moving out was just kind of crazy because I had so many clothes to pack, and it just creates more stress at the end. So I would say, don't be like me and pack up your whole closet to go to college. Just, like, you can get more clothes on breaks, but I would say stick to, like, your favorite clothes. I don't know. It feels like, this will be my last thing. I don't know, it feels like so permanent, kind of. Like, it's like, okay, I need to bring everything. Like, I'm moving away. I'm going to college. I would say, like, there doesn't need to be so much pressure. Like, yes, I'm 19 now. I'm 19, I'm in college. Like, I'm a little bit more independent. But, like, you don't have to be, like, this adult. Like, it's not like you have to be all grown up because you're going to college. Like, enjoy your 4 years. My first year already went by so fast. Like, have fun. Just enjoy, like, where the Lord has placed you, and, like, look for His beauty and goodness around you, because He is everywhere. And so if you look for Him, you will find Him. And so, yeah, it can be stressful. It just feels like there's so many things. I remember last year, like, the summer going into college, like, it just felt like so many things I had to do, like, such a big checklist of getting ready. But it's like, yes, like, it's a big deal going to college, but at the same time, like, there doesn't need to be so much pressure on it, because I think it makes it a bigger deal than it is. Like, I'm still home for the summer. I'm still my parents' child. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So, anyways, that was kind of all over the place, but I love y'all. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I pray that y'all have great college years. That's what I would say to you. The Lord goes before you. Submit to Him. He has great plans for you. Sorry, one last thing. When I, like, this, my school goes on, like, Passage, which is, like, kind of like retreat, I don't know, like a little camp for freshmen, before school starts. Anyways, my roommate and then my other two students started dating, like, right away. I don't know if I'm gonna put this in, but there was kind of like a pressure, especially at like a small Christian school. There, like the whole Ring by Spring thing, like people are dating a lot at small Christian schools, and like it's like, oh, you need to find your husband, whatever. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Like I didn't date at all, freshman year, and I'm thankful for that because I was able to adjust and transition and just really like focus on the Lord and grow in my faith. Especially, like, as I said, there was a lot of emotions going on in my brain for sure, and so just like processing that with the Lord, and just having, like, you're already so busy, I just didn't need a relationship, but like in the beginning of the year it kind of felt like a little bit of a pressure of like, okay, my roommate, my two suite mates, they're all dating, and a lot of people around are dating, and so whatever, like if you feel lonely or whatever, like you don't need a relationship. Like a relationship doesn't complete you. I actually think it was great for me to not have a relationship first year. Like I don't know, that's not like something that you need to complete your college experience, like even if you don't date all 4 years. I think I don't know, just be open to what the Lord has for you. And like as I was saying about other things, you don't need to, I can't think of the word right now, not submit. I don't know, but you don't need like other standards, what other people are doing. You don't need to, I'm blanking on that word, but you don't need to follow that. I can't think of the word. Be different, okay? Be different, shining light for Jesus. Yeah, people, I love you and have a great day.